evidently the Shla Kadosh on this week's parasha. Evidently, the Shla Kadosh on this week's parasha says how our matriarchs and patriarchs, how imbued mitzvot were in their lives, and he says that our sages teach us that they kept all the mitzvot. Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov kept all the mitzvot, and we even learn that they gave maaser. It says about Avraham Avinu that he gave charity, he gave maaser. It says about Yitzchak that he gave maaser, and even about Yaakov. What is the 10% maaser that Yaakov gave? Says the Shla Kadosh. Really, even from his children. In what way? Well, Menashe and Ephraim were meant to be his children, and he said, "Well, I have to give maaser." So theoretically or conceptually, 2 out of 14 left him with 12, and Menashe and Ephraim were of Yosef's children. But speaking of that, we even see the beauty of chesed, of kindness, in the laws of Chanuka. What happens, and we know that it's enough for everyone, for any person, to light one candle each night. One candle each night is enough. Now we go ahead and we add more candles, as the Gemara brings two opinions, whether you should add more candles, start with 1, end off with 8, or start with 8, end off with 1 at the last night. But we are Mosif ve'olech, we go ahead and we add to the holiness. We always want to add more and become better in what we do in our relation to Hashem and to others. But what if you have enough to add more, but you know that your neighbor ran out of candles, ran out of oil, doesn't have enough money to get all the candles or oil that they need? They don't have anything. And you have, it's the second night, you have 2 candles. Your neighbor doesn't even have 1 candle. What should you do? On the one hand, you can say, well, I want to do the mitzvah in the best way. Let my neighbor come over to my home. They could look at my 2 candles. And that's very nice. Says the Kaf HaChaim, no. Light 1 candle and go ahead and share the other candle with your neighbor. Each one does the bare minimum of the mitzvah that they need to do. And that's how, even in this mitzvah of Pirsum and Isa, publicizing the miracle, the first thing we do is look out for others when we can, even if it means that you're going to keep the mitzvah to a lower requirement. But as long as imbued within that mitzvah, you're also looking out for Am Yisrael. Amen.
Amen. Good message.